Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Matthew, and if you're new here, hi, welcome, and if not, it's nice to see you again. Now, if you're a real one and you noticed, I'm in a new space. Yes, this whole past week, I literally moved out of my last apartment and into a much nicer, bigger, newer one. Money is up, your money is up. But yeah, if y'all do want like a full renovated apartment tour, because I just moved in, so like once I decorate it, because you know last one I didn't really decorate too much. I was really kind of like just focusing on living there, but this one I'm definitely gonna like deck out and everything. So if you guys do want that, please comment below, because I would love to film that for you guys. Just give me a couple months. And yeah, let's just jump right into this. So y'all know the girls on Reddit are very nasty, so that's what we're on today. We're gonna really see what they have for us. And oh my gosh, I am a male stripper and have done sexual things with many bachelorettes and their friends and families. Girl, bachelorettes meaning like they came to your city, like Vegas for example, to get married here, and you wouldn't have slept with them before they got done married to their man? The infidelity is crazy this early on. I've been a male stripper for many years, and that time I have had multiple bachelorettes and their friends and families. Not the group play. Oh my god, wait. Oh no. Not, there's no way. It could have not have been like all of them together, because that's incestual. So let's just hope that's not what it was. Usually is a result of peer pressure from their friends. Oh, wait a minute. So y'all are telling me these are the fakest I've ever come across. Because why are these best friends, I'm assuming, right? Because it's like bachelorette party, so it's gonna be your closer friends convincing you to sleep with them. And again, y'all are weird. These are the fakest friends y'all could ever be with, because you are secretly, you know, you're secretly gay. Like, you're secretly gay because why are you not just telling your friend you love them at that point? Like, why didn't you tell them you love them before they decided they wanted to get married? Just so you could sleep with them and like make them cross their partner right before their marriage? Oof. My boyfriend thinks I'm vegan. I've been secretly eating rotisserie chicken in my car. I, 24 female, met my boyfriend at a vegan potluck. He's very principled, politically active, and passionate about animal rights. At first, I tried being vegan too. I really did. But one night after a hard shift, I caved and bought a rotisserie chicken at the grocery store. Girl, we all get hungry, I feel you. I ate the skin in the parking lot with my bare hands like a goblin. It was transcendent. Since then, I've developed a routine. Once a week, I go on a solo walk. You smart for that one, girl. We all need some, you know, mental rehabilitation. And sit in the car with a plastic fork, eating meat like it's contraband. Oh my gosh. Whoa, girl, you must be a scholar, because the way you wrote this, I have napkins and mints in my glove compartment. I even keep perfume there to mask the scent. This is crazy. Okay, this is so crazy, because how are you literally masking perfume? Like, you really thought through the whole 9 yards, because like nobody would have thought that. Like, damn, and I guess rotisserie chickens smell that much. He tells people I converted to veganism for love. I nod and sip my oat milk smoothie while chicken grease still clings to my steering wheel. Oh my gosh. Honestly, how can I blame you for this? Because like, yeah, like meat is good, like chicken is good, like don't get me wrong, like if you're vegan, like that's wonderful and it's great, like you stand up for animal rights, but like at the same time, what is one person gonna do against the entire world? And like, just the fact, girl, that you get gloves and you have perfume, like that obviously shows you care. Like, you care a lot about his opinion, that you don't want him to find out, and you're willing to go the extra mile to make sure he doesn't. That right there is true love. My fiance thinks I'm saving for our wedding. I'm actually saving to leave. I, male 29, have been with my fiance, female 28, for 6 years. So you know this person, like you genuinely know this person. and you're thinking about leaving. Things were relationship goals. We've got the social media posts, the mutual friends, the inside jokes. We're supposed to get married next spring. I'm slowly dying inside. She's not abusive, she's not cruel, but I feel invisible in this relationship. Ooh, yikes. I feel like a prop in the life she wants, not a partner. We talk, but we don't really connect. We laugh, but it feels rehearsed. Sex is rare and robotic. Ooh, yeah, you gotta leave. I brought these things up before, and she's always says like, I'm just stressed or looking for problems. So a year ago, I opened a secret account. I started saving money on the side, just a little at first, then more. She thinks it's part of our joint wedding fund. It's not. It's my escape plan. I don't know when I'll do it, maybe in a month, maybe the night before the wedding? See, that right now, that would be devilish. Because how you gonna have your spouse thinking you're getting married this entire week leading up to the wedding, all the wedding planning, like literally all the guests have traveled in town for where you're gonna do it, and then the night before you're just like, actually I'm gonna break up with you. But I can't live like this forever. I just hope one day she forgives me for walking away, and I hope I forgive myself too. So you know you're doing wrong. You literally know you're doing wrong. Because the night before is so crazy. Like, this was just posted recently, so I really wonder like when this is gonna happen. Like, I'm trying to see if there's an update. All I gotta say is be safe out there, y'all. Like, 6 years? You could be together with someone for 6 years and they're doing this? No. It's another reason not to get married in this 21st century. A few months ago, we had a big family barbecue and I, 35 male, brought my camera like I always do. Photography is just a hobby, but I love capturing candid moments. Those little flashes of real emotion. I took a bunch of shots throughout the day, and one of them ended up being of my sister-in-law, 32, female, mid-laugh, no posing, no filters, just sunlight and good timing, and yeah, it came out kind of stunning. I posted it along with the others in a private album for the family. I didn't single it out or make a big deal, but a few days later my wife, 35 female, saw it and went totally silent. When I asked what was wrong, she said that photo of her sister made her feel ugly in comparison, that it was too flattering and made her feel invisible. She asked me to delete it, not because her sister was uncomfortable. She actually said she liked the photo, but because my wife couldn't stand seeing it. Okay, so your wife's a problem. Like, if your wife is so insecure that her sister, her literal baby sister, looks better than her supposedly, babes, that spans way back. That jealousy, I didn't delete it. I probably should have, but I didn't. I told her it was just a nice photo, not a photo shoot, that I wasn't going to erase a genuine moment just because of how it made her feel in comparison. Since then, things between us have felt off. She brings it up in little ways. She's more distant. I keep wondering if she actually believes I'm attracted to her sister, which I'm not, but I feel like this one photo cracked something open I can't unsee now. I didn't mean to make her feel insecure, but at the same time, I feel like I'm being punished for something totally innocent. I don't know. I've stopped taking photos at family since then. It just doesn't feel right anymore. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She really ruined that. That wife right there, she kind of needs that. Like, her and her sister, they need to thug it out in the remix, because why is she so jealous of her? We don't know. And yeah, you're not wrong for that at all. Like, it's just a photo. She should be able to see that and be like, oh, my sister looks great. Like, love that for her, and then move on. Why is it always a competition? I'm absolutely scared that I might be a pedophile. Before I start, I completely understand anyone who thinks I'm a disgusting monster. But I do hope people read this, though, instead of just judging on title. Also, sorry if my English isn't perfect. It's a second language. I'm a girl, turned 18 a couple days ago, and I have this really irrational fear that I'm a pedophile. It sounds so weird to say that out loud, because deep down I know it's stupid. I don't know what exactly I hope people say, just maybe if anyone can tell me what they think. The longest I can remember worrying about this was maybe when I was 10 or so. When I was 6 or 7, I was oh, babes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And they always say trauma starts when you're young. She was a girl my own age, and it mainly happened on the bus. She would force me to make out with her and stuff like that. I know it went further than that, but my memories feel vague about it. You need therapy, babes. Therapy. I told my mom, but not the full extent of it. Just kissing, I guess she assumed it was normal childhood behavior and didn't really do anything. Okay, so I love how your mom's an ally. Like, two girls kissing, but she like never talked to you about it? She never was like, hey, just checking in, like, I know you're only 8. Or did you say 7? But 10. But are you dating someone right now? Like, I think it's a little strange for a 10-year-old to be dating someone and kissing them, so your mom didn't even check in with you about that? We moved when I was 8 and I never saw her again. After that, I developed this really intense fear that I enjoyed it or something. It's hard to explain it in words, but when I think about it, I don't feel repulsed like I should. It's just something that happened. I'm pretty sure it was my first ever sexual experience, and it kind of drove me away from wanting to do anything else sexually. I'm bisexual, but I don't really want to do anything sexual with men or women now. It feels odd and wrong almost. Back to the title, I've never felt attracted to children. That's the weird part about it. I think kids are cute in an all little baby way. I want kids someday, but the idea of ever getting near children's genitals in any way genuinely makes me feel sick. That's what makes me scared. I honestly can't explain why. Sometimes I get terrified that it's because I subconsciously think I would do something, but logically I know I wouldn't. It's the main reason why even though I want kids, I don't think I'll ever have any. I don't know if any of this makes sense to anyone. I've heard people use the term intrusive thoughts about this sort of stuff, but it feels like more than that. It's genuine fear. Like I said, for the reason I don't ever suppose I'll have kids. This is a lot to unpack. Like, girl, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry that happened to you, first of all, when you were 6 or 7, because that was wrong. And I think the fact that you don't like the thought of kids is really, really good and, like, healthy. So, maybe not stress too much about it. Also, therapy, girl, because this is something that not one session can treat you for, I'm sure. I'm in love with one of my psycho delusions. Girl, aren't we all on the way? This is a throwaway because this is probably one of the closest secrets I keep to my chest. I'll be honest now and admit I'm pretty sensitive about this subject being misunderstood or chalked up as something awfully simple or chronically online or degenerate/pathetic or something akin to having a waifu, lol. But I really have nobody else to go about this. It's a long read. The reason I put psycho in quotes is because I'm undiagnosed, but I really don't have any other words to describe it. Okay. Alright, to give you some context to work with. Ever since I was a kid, I felt disconnected from people, every single person, as long as I could remember. They just never interested me and I felt little to nothing for them, even my own family and friends. I can't say I feel much if they left my life entirely. It makes me feel like an awful person to admit that, but I'm not going to lie to myself. I've always had a world in my head that I valued more than the one I've lived in. I wanted to be saved, and I was always waiting for the day that I would get to see my true home, my true friends, and my true family. People I could feel for. I still hope for that day, and I'm willing to wait lifetimes. Maybe it was because I could feel for people normally, but I started to develop relationships in my head, like imaginary friends. I'm sure that's common for children, but I never grew out of it despite my many different friends throughout my life. To fill the lack of interest in real people, I looked towards fiction a lot. Found it easy to care and take interest in characters, not live actors, but not super cartoony either. Somewhere in the middle, a character with either a face model, for example, if that matters, than actual people, even if I didn't know anything about those characters yet. Now for the people in my head, let's just call it that. They came and went, but only some I got along with, and those ones stayed. A lot of them were born from ideas, and I helped shape some of them in a way. But after a while, they developed on their own as their own people. I wouldn't say I chose how they are, more than that they made themselves, / I learned more about them, and how they turned out just kind of stuck. I compared it to meeting a real person and getting to know them over time. To me, the people in my head are very real. They have flaws too. Only difference between traditionally real people and the ones in my head is that they aren't physical and communication is limited. Maybe like a faraway friend that can only send you letters sometimes or a relative that passed. As for the one I've fallen in love with, let's just call them S. I refuse to specify name or gender. I met S maybe 2-3 years ago now. We weren't close from the start. They grew on me. I got to know them and I started to catch feelings. I used to fantasize about having a crush or catching feelings, but this time it was different. I might be poor in explaining, but this time it felt real. Those other times I was just playing in my head for fun, making things that I wanted to happen. That's what fantasy is for, right? To do what you want. This felt beyond what I simply wanted to happen. It felt true and it very real. We grew into each other in an odd way. Not a typical romantic relationship dynamic. We stood more like shoulder to shoulder, but also shared mutual affection. I feel more like recently we've become more of a typical couple, and at this point I just can't deny my reality anymore. It's far from what's traditionally real, but to me it's as real as any relationship, only that it's a bit tragic I'll never get to see or touch or hear. It's up to me whether I think this is worth it over a real relationship, and honestly, I'm as happy as it can possibly be with a partner I can't really interact with. I'm not gonna lie to myself, I really love S, and I hope that doesn't change. Before speculating I might be schizotypal, I've compared symptoms myself from big ass dentistry books, but they claim I'm too young for something like that. I'm afraid to tell them about my imaginary friends and fear of it being invalidated. I've already spent my whole life invalidating my own feelings about it. I wish these delusional relationships were something I could be open about. I don't know how to explain myself to anybody, but I wish I could just say I'm some type of psycho so people would at least understand that they don't understand instead of thinking they do and brushing me off. The line between what's real and what's not is just blurred for me. I just need to figure out for myself if that's okay. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just gonna say if you're happy, you're happy. Like, life is short, relationships are fleeting. It's hard to find an actual human partner in this day and age that if you find your imaginary boo, keep them, go get them. Like, ain't nobody stopping you from that because there's literally nobody there. So, yeah, I would say if you're happy, just stay happy. And why change for anyone? Like, this world is too big to even care about other people's opinions when it comes to that. So, just do you. I have been fantasizing was a little kid. English is not my first language, so excuse any mistakes. I'm terrible at telling stories, so this might not be the most coherent. I'm currently 19, but have been fantasizing about torture since I was 5 or 6. I had no access to the internet. All the digital content I watched was kids' channels on the TV and kids' movies on DVD. I had no idea where this fantasy came from. I had no sexual experiences until I was S8 when I was 11. Babes, I'm so sorry. I have never had interest in participating in my fantasies myself, only to imagine big factors of forced sexual labor of adults. I also used to draw out these fantasies, spending entire days designing detailed designs for how I torture my fictional victims. If requested, I will look for if I still have the drawing somewhere. When I was 7, I discovered the song Bubble Butt, having only made my fantasies more detailed, based on the music video if you've seen it. I had not had these fantasies desires anymore since I was about 13, 14. I'm currently asexual with no interest in sexual activities whatsoever, yet I still have an auto thought system where I sometimes still fantasizing about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, again, I don't know what to say. K-pop saved me from becoming a racist. Back when I was 15, my friends introduced me to K-pop, and I'm not gonna lie, I said some questionable things about the band's ethnicity. I was still that edgy kid who made jokes like that about race and death, and no one called me out on it. I guess I was a bit insensitive. A year later, that friend reintroduced me to K-pop again, but this time one of the guys caught my eye. Because of him, I started listening to their music, watching their V-Lives and following their journey from rookies to actually performing on stage. My music taste was limited until then, and it was really fun having a band to be passionate about. I wouldn't mind explaining to other people that they weren't Chinese, they were Korean, and even though I couldn't understand them, I really loved their music. I never caught myself making any racist jokes again. I probably would have gotten punched if I had, and I think that really helped me in making friends. Yeah, well, good thing, because it's the 21st century. Like, why are you still racist? Like, it still baffles me how y'all could sit over there and act like it's okay and make these jokes and just be cool about it. Like, you're weird. And you know, I hope you didn't have friends in the past. I hope you do have friends now that you're no longer racist, but good for you, I guess. My girl best friend gave me a fart fetish. I never thought I'd have a fart fetish, or at least I never thought of it. But whenever my girl best friend farts, I get so turned on. I feel like such a weirdo, but I can't help it. One time I was hanging out with her and out of nowhere she just farted. We both laughed it off, but I got so horny from hearing it and smelling it. When I got home, I imagined the smell, and you can guess what I did. That's crazy. You really sat there and you imagined the smell. You were thinking like, I try not to be shameful of this, but having a weird fetish like this is obviously odd, and I'm unsure if I should tell about what I did or if I should just hide it from her. Thanks for reading. Not the thanks for reading, like you didn't just traumatize us. Well, I think that's everything I'm gonna read today for you guys. I definitely learned a lot today, a lot of things that I never really ever wanted to know or thought that I would know, but that's the internet for you. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you guys give it a big like, comment, and subscribe. And I will do a part 2 actually. If you really want a part 2, comment below and just tell me if you would like that, because I don't know if mentally I want to do that myself without the backing of someone else wanting me to actually do this for them. But yeah, like I said, I will see you in the next one. Bye!